Well, yes, Kevin, that's one of the things that we realized was of great importance with the review, because one of the things in the review, it takes up so many resources, as you well know, that we almost thought, is it worth it? Is it worth the amount of resources that we throw into it? But as you say, important to chronicle the years. And if its value is not apparent now, and I hope that it is, because when people watch it, there are a lot of things, and even while you're doing it, that you remember, and you say, well, what happened with that? What was the follow-up to that? So it's good to look back to see exactly just how much the depth that we have covered over the year. But also to, and as I say, there are a lot of things when you look back and you say, was that January? It seems like yesterday. And then there are other things where it's the opposite. But that in years to come, GBC will have chronicled. It will be part of the history of our development as a people, as a community, political development, constitutional development. So yes, important to do it every year and to have it in our archives.
And as you say, looking back at the year, we tend to forget how much we've covered. A very busy news year this year, no doubt.
But it seems that every year has been a busy news year. We started, if I can go back a few years, you know, we had COVID, we had the death of Her Majesty the Queen, we had that water. Do you remember the tunnel fire where Gibraltar was without water? And that all accumulated at the same time with the OS 35. So you get these bursts of news. And the same thing has happened this year towards the end of the year. When December, somebody had put on a comment on Facebook, it's when GBC takes a step back and relaxes, and it just makes you laugh, because it has been such a busy end to the year. And it all accumulates. So we've had the inquiry, and it came, of course, when we were already busy with Open Day. We lost Jonathan Scott in the newsroom. That was a great loss to us as well. But we also had the inquest at the same time. We had a couple of strong court cases as well going on. And all that takes up a lot of our resources. And it has been, as I say, an amazingly busy year.
And behind the news as well, reporting the news, some editorial challenges, no doubt, with the big stories, inquiry and a number of other stories, court stories, etc.
Yes, so those are resources are the biggest challenge. But of course, it's what goes behind the story. So one of the biggest stories of the year has to be June and the treaty, the treaty agreement in Brussels. And there's a lot of behind the scenes to that as well, because they were negotiating to the wire again. And so for us, it was a question of, do we book hotels? Do we book the flights? When do we go? Do we not go? How much can we say at this stage? Things happening all the time here and in Brussels. So the logistics are a great challenge as well. It's not just actually sitting down and typing up the story.
And news can happen anytime. It's still not the end of the year, so that review of the year is still open and still can change.
Yes, but we don't talk about that, do we? I mean, I have been working over the weekend, over the Christmas break, just putting the review of the year just up to scratch, because of course we did have the inquiry report released just before Christmas. So yes, a lot can still happen, but we pray that it doesn't.